Well, hello, I'm back with another lawnmower video. I just can't get away and I cannot find the one that I like. So that's why we're here. In the previous video, I compared two models by Ryobi, so I encourage you to watch if you're in the market of purchasing these lawnmowers. Ryobi, this is going to be a great video for you. I'm comparing the newest model, all-wheel drive, with the previous model, just single rear wheel drive, cross-cut as well. I'm just comparing them and show to you, is it worth to spend $100 more and get the brand new model with all these extra features or not? Which that's what happened in the end of this video. I decided to return the other one back and keep this all-wheel drive model. But I'm back because I'm still not happy. Maybe I'm just picky customers, but this is why this video for you, so you don't have to go through what I'm going through right now. And I'm gonna show you the difference between these two models and why I'm probably just gonna get the Ego and just call it a day because I'm tired of having trips back to the stores. So anyway, the biggest reason, there are two biggest reasons this lawnmower just not going to work for me is the fact that it's too heavy. I know I'm a tall guy, should be strong, but no, I don't want to deal with it and run around and sweat extra with extra weight at 100 degrees weather. This thing weighs almost double as my regular gas-powered lawnmower, self-propelled by the way, also very heavy. And I have a fairly small yard, by the way. Sorry for the video, it's fairly windy out here right now as I'm making this video, but I have smaller yard and I go back and forth a lot of places without even using self-propel. So that thing is so heavy, very uncomfortable. Another number two issue, you have no suction power. Ryobi overdid their features and their intelligent system that the way how that thing runs, it runs on the lowest speed as possible for you to cut through like a short grass. As soon as you're entering like a heavy load grass, tall grass, it will speed up the power, get extra power, and that way you start to cut in the grass. But the thing is, when you come across those areas where you need to collect the grass, where you need to collect the leaves, collect debris on like a fall season, if you're one of those guys who like to collect and like to bag and make your lawn really nice clean, this is not going to work because you have no suction power. Because this particular model and all Ryobi model they don't have simply a turbo mode like Greenworks. I wish Ryobi have a turbo mode where I need it, I can crank it to the maximum and create that suction power. Also blades, they don't offer any type of extra blades like Ego have right here, which I'm going to show to you in a minute. So just for this reason, for these two reasons, and the biggest one, I would say, not even the weight, the biggest one, have no suction power. It is better than the previous model, which you probably seen the video. If you ever seen my previous video, you will see that the suction power is better on all-wheel drive model, but it's still not there. It's still in my gas-powered lawnmower will suck at everything in the back like a freaking vacuum cleaner on the regular single blade. So this is what I want from this model. This is why I went and pick up this model. This model run on maximum speed all the time, everywhere you go. Doesn't matter if it's heavy grass or just you need to pick up the leaves and the debris. This is what I like about this model. I was stunned by this model and how light this is. That thing is even lighter than my gas powered. The only problem thing, what if you already know a little bit about it, well, you're gonna tell me, well, this model have 20-inch blade where this one's 21. Yes, I agree. The difference between these two models, which you probably do not know unless you did really deep search, Ryobi advertised their size of the lawnmower at 21-inch blade, where Ego advertised their lawnmowers at 21-inch deck. So you're getting the 21-inch deck, but 20-inch blade. 2-inch deck, but 21. So this is a true 21-inch blade, just like on my regular gas lawnmower and probably yours, because it's kind of like a standard. Now, with getting Ego, you're going to be losing 1 inch, half an inch on each side of the blade. Are you really going to cut down the amount of you cut the grass? Not really. You're going to lose only like 1 inch. So at 20 tracks, think about it, at 20 tracks, so you're going back and forth in your lawn, you just have to go one more because you're gonna lose that 1 inch and create the whole extra pattern. But this is a mathematics, I don't want to get into that. So you're not really losing a lot by switching it to 20-inch blade, by the way. So 20-inch blade, just remember this Ego, all lawnmowers Ego comes with actually 20-inch blade, but they're giving you extra blade. So when you buy your lawnmower, you're actually going to get 3 extra blades. So there's one installed right there. It is cross-cut. It is a double blade right now in there. So the one blade that closer to the deck, you have to keep it at all the time. But these blades you have to swap in if you want to. What I have right now in here, which I wish Ryobi offered, is actually a mulching blade. Have a little bit more curve, and that way I'm assuming it leaves the dirt better. So without even testing anything, I decided to just go ahead and put the blade that I needed. They're very similar to one what I have on my Guest powered lawnmower. You will see in this video the suction power. This is the main test of this video. You're gonna see the suction power. There is so many videos out there where guys going through the heavy load grass where it's overgrown, and these both units perform really well. I'm not going to be showing you in this video the test because I really don't have no tall grass right now. The summer just started and I really don't have any grass to show to you, but you've seen those videos. These models are really great. They go through a really heavy load, really heavy high grass, fairly easy with no problem at all. They don't die, they don't stop. Very good power of these both units, very similar to gas powered. It's a new generation of lawnmowers. They all very similar. Now let's go ahead and run over couple of features right quick before we go with a suction test, which I'm going to show you in this area right under my little bush. So the number thing that I really like on the Ego, I'm 6.5. I'm 6'3" tall. So I just love the fact how tall this handles are. I just absolutely love how tall these things are. You can lower them down, not as low as this one, but the good thing that if you have a kid who, you know, like to cut the grass, or you force him to cut the grass because he's your kid, you know, he's your slave for now until he grow up, you can lower the thing super low. I mean, look at that. This is how low the thing goes. So even I don't know, 6 years old or older can cut the grass, right? So let me go and bring it back to the proper size. You can turn off LED lights. Now, there's a couple of videos right there, and there's been tests that constantly having your LED run on your lawnmower, like in the Ryobi case, it's not really gonna kill your power at all. It's not draining a lot of power because they're LED. But it's a nice thing that you can turn them off, because I don't know, I'm kind of this guy who, if there is a light, don't need it, they don't need to be there. So the fact that you can just simply turn on and turn off these lights, it's a good thing. Do they provide a light, great light? Yes, they are. I'm not going to be showing you in this video, but they provide very similar light pattern, because we have a very similar layout of LEDs there on each side, and they very similar. If you looking for better lighting, you need to get Ryobi, which is the previous model. Those LEDs are super powerful. I can see half of my lawn. Those are really good light. I'm not sure why Ryobi decided to drop down the quality. Another feature that I really like about this thing, that you just simply press the button and it will drive for you. Where here you have to press that, and this is where it will start driving. Have you noticed the delay? Yes. Crazy thing to know that people complaining about delay of this Ego, but Ryobi have even more delay. I'm not sure why. The only problem with, for example, the Ego, that you don't have a variable speed, self-propelled variable speed, where you control your speed over here on the top. Here you control with a little leveler, which you see right now on the video. Where here on a Ryobi, which what I like, if you press your start pedal just a little bit, it will go, hold on a second, it will drive very slow. But as soon as I press a little faster, little down, it will crank the maximum speed. So it's a variable pedal, which is I really like, because when you're going, when you lawn your mower, you kind of like jumping, you're walking at the same time, and your finger tend to jump as well with it. Here you're using your thumb as well, and in this case it don't have variable speed. You set your speed here, you press the button, and it will start going on a maximum speed. There is really no variable speed in the button. It's either on and off. So this is what kind of Ego losing with the Ryobi. Just a little little for you to know. Now, what about the baggers? If you a person who like me collect the bags, you know, collect the mulch, collect the dirt, collect the trash, Ryobi wins with the fact that I have a mulching door. So, for example, you don't have to deal with these blockers anymore. You just simply turn your door, which you see right now on the video, and turn your lawnmower from discharge to the side. Well, for you to discharge to the side, you still have to use one of these plastic things. You have to carry this around. You have to maybe walk back to your garage, to your storage, and install this right here. Well, with the Ego, it's kind of battle. It's kind of battle because with this you don't have that. With this, it covers both. It covers both. Basically, is this that when you want a side discharge, you don't use a blocker anymore, which is the door. Like on your old gas powered lawnmowers, you're always going to have two pieces, which your mulching back blocker and a discharge piece, discharge blade. I don't know how you can call that. I forgot. We're here with the Ego. Even with the fact you don't have a door anymore, you actually have just one piece to deal with. You simply remove your bag. I'm gonna show it to you right quick in a second. And you install this piece for a side discharge. By the way, the side discharge happening on the side, kind of like closer to your feet. So it's kind of like a bad thing because your shoes will be more dirty than over here. But this is it. You don't have to use extra blocker, anything like that. And you have to remove the bag and you have to store something. So it's kind of like these both units kind of balancing each other on they're balancing each other on this feature. Okay, so you either have a door or you have one piece side discharge without using a blocker. Let me go ahead and take this off and put the back back. Improvement on a new Ryobi all-wheel drive model is the fact that you can read your battery level right from outside. You see a video right now, so you don't have to constantly open the door and look inside and check both of your batteries. You currently have two batteries in here that only can work one battery at a time. Where here on Ego, you see the light as well. You see the percentage of your battery through that little green plastic mirror, which is good that you can see, but you only have one battery on board. By the way, these batteries are freaking heavy. You know, they almost double as the Ryobi's one. So it's okay. You know, I can make a trip to my garage. I can make a trip. You can make a trip to your storage and grab another battery, because the battery is going to come with two batteries if you came across this special. How the deck go up on these lawnmowers? Where the good thing about with the Ryobi, since it's so heavy, you can do it just with the one hand. Look at that, like that. You can do it with the one hand. Where here it's a little bit more. First of all, it's on opposite side of the deck, and here, since it's so light, it's tend to go back. So you just simply have to put your foot, I guess, over here and lift your deck all the way to the highest point. So how do they store? So the storage, the fact that Ego have this extra lock right here is for you to grab the bag and remove the bag if you need it without having the handle go all the way down. It's a good thing. Like for here, you have a leveler here and your handle will go all the way down. So when you just need to deal with the bag, you know, you have to get all the way down, but it's not a problem. Honestly, it's not a problem. It's just for you to see the different features on this lawnmower. Now, how do you store it? Obviously, you have to remove the bag on both units. I'm gonna do this as quick as I can. And you can lift both units and set them on the side in your garage. That thing is so heavy. I just lift that and oh my gosh, almost broke my back. Yes. With this thing, you actually have extra plastic levelers over here, if you want to call them like that, to lower your arm, your handle down. Honestly, I'm probably going to use this for like a storage of season storage. So it's like if it's sitting here through like a winter, this is probably what the mode I'm gonna be. But constantly deal with these little plastic clips. I feel like Ego didn't really thought that through, you know, because I don't know, I really don't like the fact these are, they don't seem to feel really rigid, these plastic pieces. Where here, you have to do absolutely anything. You know, it's really low. You don't have to do any absolute movements. But the weight, guys, like this is ridiculous. Like if I ask my mother to cut my grass, for example, she will not be able to do this because she will not be able to put this out. If you ask your kid to cut the grass, he will have a problem with this because this thing is really heavy. Where that thing, I can do it with my hand, with one hand. If you remove the battery, unit becomes even more lighter. So let's go and take a look in the back of it. So as you see, it's very similar. You have two blades, cross cut. It's just on this blade, I have a more lift blade. Then over here, I wish Ryobi offers something like this. Maybe it will bring more better suction power, but pretty much this is how the deck look from the inside. Very similar. So without further ado, let's go ahead and I'll show you to my Need for Speed test, and we'll see which models actually can go faster, because I felt like I had to run behind this lawnmower, and I kind of like it. I'd rather go fast than, you know, have my lawnmower slowing me down. And then we're gonna do a suction test, which you're gonna be very interested. But before that, let me show it to you comparing. I want to show it to you the close look of these bags. You will never see stuff like that in any of the reviews out there. These bags are different. So Ryobi have actually some kind of like a plastic air resistant coating on the top, on the back, and on would be a left side or right side, depends from which point you're looking at. Let's just look at from the top. So if you're looking from the top of that, your air will go through your right side. You see a close video of, you just saw all the closer footage of this type of material I'm talking about. Where I'm assuming it improves the suction power with the fact air goes through around the whole thing. There's no more, the material is so different. The air just go through the whole thing all the way around. The biggest problem with that, the dust is everywhere. Dust is on your knees, dust is on your legs, on your shoes. If you're going through some areas where it's dry, you're picking up like sand, for example, ground, grass, very dry grass, leaves. This thing is, the Ego loses at that segment where it's just getting extremely dusty. Everything is just getting extremely dusty because what type of a design of the back they have. Where Ryobi is better, you know, at this case, because you have only one side of air discharge. But you have a bunch of holes over here on each side, which you see a closer video right now. There's also holes on the top where all the dirt coming out through the hole. So I just don't get it. I don't understand who designed the things. Where's the engineers? I feel like some of these things not even getting tested by the engineers who designed them. So it's a lack on both of them. So anyway, without further ado, let's go and do a Need for Speed test, and then we're gonna go through trying to catch all the debris, and I'll show it to you. And I'm pretty sure Ego just gonna win this battle. Absolutely going to win this battle. One thing that I totally forgot to mention is how you start and how you power on these units, how you power on the blades, which when the Ryobi definitely win these battles. You can just use one hand, press this lever, press the button, and start your lawnmower. As soon as you release your hand from it, it will actually break your blades, which is really cool feature. It will stop them and they come to really quick stop. So you can operate this just with one hand. So it's really great for handicap people out there. With these units, you know, Ego didn't really thought about handicap people at all. This is kind of sad. With this, it's a really weird the way how you start your lawnmower. So first you have to use your hand to hold this button, or use like this, doesn't really matter, and then you press the leveler. You release your metal bar over here, that leveler, whatever you call it, and the blade don't break. You probably notice it was still kind of like running. It don't have a feature of the brake, but it also can be related to a type of the motor is in there. It's obviously different type of a motors. There's a lot of things that can be different about the fact that Ryobi slow down their blades almost instantly. But here is, I would say, the big problem, because I don't know, I just kind of got used to these already, just using one hand, where this I have to use two hands, and it's just really weird. You have to press the button first and then press the leveler. I mean, it's just weird. It's supposed to be backwards. You're supposed to hold the lever there like normally, and then you press the start button, but it's not doing anything. I don't know what in the world designers and engineers were thinking. You know, I have no idea, because it's just really weird. You have to do this and then this. You know, if you just press once and do this, nothing gonna happen. Very strange. So here you go, my Need for Speed test. Both units were set on the maximum speed, and Ryobi was set on only rear-wheel drive mode. And Ego won this battle. Not by much, but it is faster unit. It's definitely a faster lawnmower. Then I switched Ryobi to all-wheel drive mode, and in the all-wheel drive mode, you actually losing some speed. You definitely do. Look at that. Ego just busted Ryobi with no problem at all. Much faster unit once again. And then I had to perform a low speed test, and here we go, my silly walk. But this is a perfect example probably why the Ego won this battle, because it's just you have a faster response. That thing goes instantly as soon as you press the button. So in this case Ryobi actually won the battle by being slower. Okay, we're finally at the segment of the video where I'm going to show you the suction power and performance of Ego compared to Ryobi. I'm sorry it takes so long to finally get to that. I'm pretty sure you were waiting, but I just couldn't have missed not to show it to you all the difference between those two lawnmowers. I don't know if you saw the struggle, me going back. There's something happened with the motor. But anyway, this is what we got here. We got pretty good result, but not as good. And I'm about to use Ego to pick all that stuff over there and actually make it much cleaner. By the way, have you noticed how deep I can go under the bush, because the lawnmower sits lower and I have longer handles. So that's a plus to Ego. If you take a look, look how much cleaner this area now. You can literally see the ground. That's how good of a suction power Ego provides. I mean, look at that. Yeah, you'll still have all these little pieces here, we missed this little stick that actually been cut. Well, this is a root, but look at that. This is just so much better. This is what I was looking for. This is what my gas power can provide. Just suck everything out, all those leaves. Obviously you see a little bit more down there. I didn't go that far, you know, there's more all the way in the back, but overall the performance of an Ego as a suction power is absolutely amazing. So I guess I'm gonna have to stick with the Ego now. So let's take a look at what we actually were able to collect. I'm pretty sure on Ego side we're going to have a lot of dirt because it literally sucked everything out, and here we're going to have more leaves and stuff like that. But let me tell you this, if I'll keep going with this Ryobi back and forth, it ain't gonna do anything. Absolutely, it will not pick up more. So don't think that I wasn't moving enough for it to get all the debris out. By the way, it's also worth to mention that the bags, actually this bag secured on the metal rod. You have a metal clips, you see a video right now, closer look. You actually secure just like your regular gas powered lawnmower. Really rigid security for your back, where on the Ryobi you actually have a plastic kind of hangers, and maybe one day they'll break, but you know, we'll see. They haven't redesigned this you know, that area, so it's probably was not a problem. So anyway, let's go and take a look at the Ego first, and we're actually going to see how much stuff we collected here. Yeah, you can see I'm making a mess, I know, but all this is what's important for me to collect. A lot of debris. I can tell there is a lot of dirt here. There's definitely a lot of dirt. I want all that sucked everything out of from that area. And Ryobi, our favorite Ryobi, it did pick up the surface well, but I can tell all this is just dry stuff that somehow we're able to manage inside, and it's very light. Where this, you saw what it did. This thing is heavy, much heavier debris. All this is part of it is, like I said, is the ground, is the dirt, which you want to suck it sometime too. So this is the difference, and you can see there's more here. Look at that pile and look at that pile, and that's after me going over it twice, because first time I ran over with the Ryobi and second time I ran over with the Ego, and look how much Ego collected. So if I ran one time with the Ego, all this would be just in the one bag. So and this is it, guys. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. As always, thank you for watching. I'm not going to be comparing pros and cons on this lawnmowers because it's kind of pointless. It's two different models, but here we go. Please like, subscribe. It's really help.